Hey there, hi there, everyone. Narujen here. In this video, I'm going over the patch notes for the latest event in Apex Legends called Lost Treasures. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so it looks like they're going to start with the information for the Lost Treasure Collection event itself. So, Armed and Dangerous Evolved LTM. We already know about that one. In this LTM, only shotguns and snipers are allowed. You'll also start with a Mozambique and Evo armor. Okay, all other armor has been removed from the loot pool. But that's not all. Respawn beacons will also be removed, and all players will start with a mobile respawn beacon in their inventory. Oops. Alright, so need to respawn on the go, use the new mobile respawn beacons. In the Armed and Dangerous LTM, players will start the match with one in their inventory. Then from the inventory screen, deploy anywhere on the map and save your fallen teammates. But beware, calling a respawn beacon takes time, giving your enemies time to find you, take you out, and use that beacon you just deployed. So find that safe spot before you call in. So, I'm curious. So they're only putting it in the Armed and Dangerous LTM. So obviously they're testing this mechanic out. I'm wondering if the beacon is going to take longer to res your teammate than it would be to use the old ones that were just throughout the map. So I'm curious about this. Like, you get the advantage of being able to respawn your teammate anywhere, but at the same time, if it takes long, it means you have to defend it or risk a team arriving, like, coming to you. Alright, so Crypto Town Takeover. Crypto is taking over and providing some recon to Kings Canyon. Located at the southeast of the map under a repulsor lies Crypto's map room. Use this tech to get the location of all legends on the map and check the screen scattered around the room to see how many enemy squads are nearby. Okay, so I figured it would do something like that from, like, just from Crypto's kit and the fact that this is his town takeover. But I wonder how long it's going to show the legends on the map. Like, is it something that once you activate it, it's permanently on your map? Or is it only when you're, like, there's a map in there that's the only time you can see where the legends are? Like, everyone in the game are. Heirloom Mirage's trophy. Isn't that a handsome guy? Yes, it's true. Your man Mirage is getting his heirloom. The gorgeous statue is one of a kind sword and will ensure you look good in the arena. Now, while I was disappointed, it's not a pork chop. This is definitely I definitely think the statue fits Mirage's character. I mean, obviously, even from I believe it was the season 3 trailer with when Crypto first arrived, where you see Mirage in his area and he boops the little statue of himself. So this does fit his character a lot more than a pork chop. But I do hope that if they ever do, like, once they do the heirlooms for all the legends, I do hope that at some point if they do make 2 heirlooms, that pork chop would be the second. I don't know, just the fact that you can beat people with his meat, so to speak, would be great. Plus the sound effect of wet smack or something like that. I don't know. Alright, here we go. So here's the thing that most people were looking forward to are the legend updates. Lifeline. Passive. Combat Revive now replaces Combat Medic. Deploy Doc to revive teammates. Doc will deploy Shield and revive Lifeline's teammate, leaving Lifeline free to defend or revive someone else. This fully replaces Lifeline's old passive, including Fast Heal. Let me go over the rest first. Tactical. Lifeline's tactical cooldown is now 45 seconds with 60 seconds. Ultimate. Lifeline's care package now contains more items. Care package will contain 3 times more small healing items when it decides to spawn small healing items. Care package will contain 2 times more attachments when it decides to spawn attachments. Okay, so first about her fast heal being on. I saw about this and a lot of Lifeline mains were upset about this. I feel like fast heal in this game, like, I think it would be nice if they tried there being no fast heal period for any characters, because now that Lifeline does not have it, Gibraltar is the only one who does. So they in a way have buffed Gibraltar and made him the only, like, he's gone from like a defense tank kind of character to more of a support character. So I feel like if they wanted to remove Lifeline's fast heal, and it makes more sense for her considering she's a medic, that she would be able to heal herself faster. So, but do think if they're, like I said, if they're gonna remove fast, or they're removing fast heals, so I think they should have done that with Gibraltar too, because there's no need for him to have fast heals and give fast heal to all of his teammates, and then just leave, and especially with the removal of the gold shields perk where you could heal so much faster. That I just feel like in this game, fast heal interrupts the flow. Plus, there's the fact that Lifeline has a low profile perk, so she takes extra damage. So I feel like Wraith has a low profile, but she's able to get in and out of things that Lifeline can't. Lifeline can't Wraith out of there. And then you have Octane. He can use his stim to get out of there fast. So I think the low profiles for Wraith, Octane, and Lifeline. So you think about it, every single low profile has a way to get out of a situation, but Lifeline does not. So this is definitely gonna be something that you're gonna have to see how it is in game. But I personally don't think they should remove the fast heal, or if they did, just remove Gibraltar's as well and just make it so nobody has fast heal. Alright, so the next legend is Octane. Incoming Octane buff. What is it me? Tactical. Upon activation, Stim will remove movement and pairing effects. Stim sprinting speed is increased by 10%. Ultimate. Players can now double jump in midair after using Octane's launch pad. Players can change direction easily from the double jump. This just might make Octane viable in rank. So if he gets some characters, okay, so Stim will remove movement and pairing effects. I would assume that's going to be Bangalore's ult, Gibraltar's ult. That'll be the slowing effect of bullets. So basically, his stim, instead of it being mainly like to only engage or disengage, you can now use it in the middle of a fight. Like as soon as you start taking bullets, or as soon as you see, like if there's a Bangalore ult or Gibraltar ult that starts dropping, you can literally use the stim to get out of there. And then the ultimate, that's definitely going to make it so much better. Double jump, and you can change directions. Like, I just started recently playing more of Octane, and I feel like I'm going to play him more now because he's a fun character. His movement is fun, and I feel like this is just going to make him even more fun and more viable in ranked. Like, I've played him in ranked, and he's good, but he's definitely not. I feel like he definitely, at the time, was not going to be viable in higher ranked. So this will be interesting with him. Like, this is a good buff. This doesn't feel like an OP buff. This feels like a good buff to put him in a good spot. Alright, so Revenant. Tactical will now cancel Pathfinder mid-grapple. Wraith mid-phase walk attempt before phase walk activates. Will now prevent Mirage Cloak to revive, Mirage Decoy control activation, Lifeline combat revive. Ultimate, range removed on Death Totem. Okay. I mean, it makes sense that his tactical cancels Pathfinder's grapple and Wraith's mid-phase walk attempt, and it prevents Mirage from reviving, decoy control, and Lifeline's combat revive. Like, I feel like Revenant definitely needed more of a buff with this stuff that you couldn't prevent or cancel, like, more things. So that's great. And then his ultimate, the range being removed, just, I feel that's definitely a good thing. Like, that'll allow you to push in from, so if range is removed, so I wonder what it is there'll be a timer instead. Or, like, they're not really explaining how it's going to work now. So is it that now that the range is removed, is it that you remain in the death form until you either take damage and lose that form, or is it that it's on a timer, or is it until the totem gets destroyed? So I'm really curious about this. Like, if they've made it where the range is removed and you have to either take damage or a totem's destroyed, that'd be really good. I feel like a timer, unless it's like a while, like maybe, I don't know, 25, 30 seconds, I feel like a timer wouldn't work. I feel like it should be where you take damage or it gets destroyed. And I feel like that will definitely make Revenant's ultimate way better, because I even talked about this a few days ago, and I complained about Revenant's ultimate just not being good enough for ranked. Like in ranked, it gets destroyed, slaughtered quickly, and especially the fact that you have to put it close to the enemies, that just makes it easier for other enemies and the enemies themselves that you're targeting to find it and destroy it. So, that'll be interesting. Crypto. All right. Tactical. Deploying hack crypto zone now takes 1.5 seconds from 2.5. I feel like that's good, because the how long it took to deploy his drone was definitely too long. Ultimate EMP will now disable Wattson's pylons. I mean, it makes sense. If it destroys Caustic's traps and Wattson's fences, it should destroy her pylon. So, okay, so they didn't really change his EMP like some people assumed from the trailer, but those are good buffs for him. Loba. Tactical. Burglar's best friend will no longer be intercepted by Wattson's interception pylon. Yeah, I don't know if that was intended or they didn't think of it, but that's good. Ultimate Black Market Boutique will now only pick up 1 stack of ammo rather than 1 stack plus the amount that was required to fill whatever partial stack you had in your inventory. Ultimate accelerants now give 20% all charge, up from 17.5%. Okay, so looks like they kind of a little bit nerfed her ultimate, but also buffed it. Okay, so it's not really huge changes to Loba, but they're nice ones. Mirage. You can now hold the tactical button and release the auto-control decoys. I feel like the click is fine. Decoys will now say lines when shot. Wonder what they're gonna say. Passive. When cloaked, Mirage's holo emitters will be visible to players that are less than 5 meters away. Okay, so wait. When cloaked, Mirage's holo emitters will be visible to players that are less than 5 meters away. So that's allowing the enemies to be able to see. Skydive will now create decoys for the entire squad when skydiving, when still diving through the squad. I feel like that's okay, that's good. I think that's what's needed for that, because just putting off a Mirage, you can kind of tell it's a Mirage decoy very easily, but if it's going to make a decoy of your entire squad, that's great. The passive, so it's kind of a nerf to his invisible thing, which honestly I don't. Okay, so my first opinion, I don't think he needed a nerf when it came to that, because honestly, I've noticed that the first few weeks of his buff, people couldn't figure out where he was when he revived and stuff and everything, or when you revived someone, you went invisible. People had a hard time finding you and they couldn't find you. But I feel like now, like, I played him lately, and people usually just follow the sound of you reviving and just shoot all over the place until they hit you, and then you're dead. So I feel like allowing a player to be able to see you, I don't know. And also his ult, the time for his ult of you being invisible is only like a second or something, and I feel like that's too short considering his old ultimate, you used to be invisible for a few seconds. I feel like I should make it at least 2 seconds and try it, because literally I'll use my ult, or when I've used it, I'm immediately shot at, because it's 1 second, and then before I can spread out my decoys and make it look confusing, people instantly can see me come uncloaked and shoot me. So I feel like 2 seconds would be a good test trial for his ult. You can now hold the tactical button and release the auto control. Like I said, that doesn't matter to me. Decoys will now say lines when shot. We'll have to see in game what he says. Gibraltar. Fast heal granted inside the dome shield slow down. 25% faster, 15% faster. Okay. So, they at least nerfed Gibraltar's fast heal. But I still think if they're going to remove lifelines, they should just remove Gibraltar's and get rid of all fast heal in the game. But if they're going to keep it, give Lifeline her fast heal back. Please, she's a medic. She should be able to have some kind of healing perk like that. Caustic. Enemies can cancel Caustic's barrel by shooting it before it is fully inflated. Okay, so now they've changed it so you can cancel Caustic's barrel by shooting it, and you don't have to wait for it to be inflated. So, I feel like that's good, because Caustic is very heavily chosen in higher ranks. And so, to be able to counter him from spamming you with a bunch of his barrels, and you having to wait till they're fully inflated before you can even shoot them, and you have to shoot the little bottom section of them to take them out. So I think that's a necessary little nerf to his thing. Wattson. The intent of these changes is to create openings where enemies can breach Wattson positions. It is still possible for Wattson players to hold position with a trophy indefinitely, but that should come at the cost of using ultimate accelerants. Wattson's pylons now last for 90 seconds. Wattson can now have up to 3 pylons out at a time. Wattson can stack 2 ultimate accelerants per inventory slot. Oh, so they're making it now so Wattson's pylons have an expiration time. So they'll, I'm assuming, break, or like they'll break down after 90 seconds. I do think this is a good one. It makes Wattson players have to use up a slot for their ultimate accelerants if they want the pylons. And they can't just sit there and camp for minutes on end with the same pylon. So, and if you know Wattson's cooldown for the pylons, then you know that after 90 seconds they'll go down, so you can literally wait them out. So that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna get rid of that kind of campiness. Let's see, Wraith. That's a pretty long patch notes for Wraith. Increasing Wraith's tactical cooldown has proven to be ineffective at curbing her extremely high win rate and kill rate. These changes are meant to desensitize Wraith players from using Phase Walk as a get out of jail free card, and move it into more of a repositioning and scouting ability. Phase Walk. Phase Walk now takes 1.25 seconds to enable, was 0.4 seconds. During this time, Wraith will receive a 20% move slow. This does not affect Phase Walk while placing a Phase Portal. While in Phase Walk, Wraith now gets a 30% move speed boost. While in Phase Walk, Wraith can now see other players while in the void. Oh. Phase Walk now lasts 4 seconds from 3 seconds. Phase Walk cooldown is now down to 25 from 35 seconds. Phase Tunnel. Decrease distance for portal placement by 25%. Those are some major changes to Wraith. I mean, 1.25 seconds to enable is a long time when you're being shot at, so they're this is really gonna change the way people play Wraith, because Wraith, like, even me, like, you use her, like, before this, you would use her abilities where you would push a team or push a player enemy. You would do as much damage as you can, and once you took so much damage, you queued out of there. And as they say, get out of jail free card. So now it's more of a, like, you encounter a team, or you push them, but you gotta be careful. And then you gotta be aware of, like, let's say, you gotta make sure that you have environment to hide behind or hide around, and then use it behind that object to get out of there. Because if you stew it out in the open, you're probably gonna get lasered for that 1.25 seconds for it to enable. And plus, you slow down by 20%, which is quite a bit. But then once you're in that, you can move fast, and now you can see other players. So you can still be aggressive with this, possibly, where you push in, you stay by an environmental object, and you shoot out from behind it, and then you use her Phase Walk to maybe reposition to a different spot, and you go faster, and you could see the enemies. So I feel like, this is just basically gonna change your playstyle, so it'll be interesting. Like, I do like that it's not get out of jail free card. It's more like, it's almost like they're making her more tactical. You're gonna have to be much more careful and tactical with her abilities now. It's not so much of a run in there, do damage, take damage, run out, and while your teammates come in and maybe clean up kind of stuff. So I like the change. It'll be interesting. Weapons loot, zip lines. The cooldown will be applied to regrabbing zip lines without touching the ground. The cooldown will increase with each time a player disconnects and regrabs the zip line. The cooldown will reset when the player touches the ground. Wait. Oh, so they're nerfing the whole spamming zipline thing. So you can't do wait, so does that count for like in World's Edge with the ziplines that go straight up in the buildings? Does that mean you can't like do the grab on, jump off, grab on, jump off? So I'm curious now, are they nerfing that? And you can't like do it, the ones that go across. You can't jump and spam it so you can dodge. So they're, if that's the case, they're basically making it so it's very risky to take zip lines then. If you're fighting in an enemy team, it's even riskier to take the zip line. Havoc rifle. Greatly increased horizontal recoil in the initial shots of a burst. Decreased magazine size from 32 to 38. Or 32 to 28. Okay, well, like, something I would definitely have to go in the game and check for the horizontal recoil and how much more they greatly increased it. But yeah, the Havoc was still very strong, so I'm curious to see how much they increased the recoil, and the magazine size will definitely do something. Sentinel, rechamber time 1.75 to 1.6, energized duration 9120. That was definitely needed. Like, I feel like it still should not have a duration. I think when you charge it, it should hold its charge until you've run out of bullets. Like when you shoot the charges, and that's how you run out. Because to me, the energized duration, you can get into a fight with a team, and if that team runs away, you've just wasted some charges or some cells. So I feel like they should make it where there's no energized duration. It's just until you shoot the energized shots. And also that makes it so you can technically charge your Sentinel even without being in engagement. And then when you're in engagement, you know you have it. So I feel like that's a good buff to the Sentinel, but I feel like I'd rather see them give her the duration. Okay, quality of life. Teammates can now ping a friendly caustic trap. I mean that does help. New health bar for when users are in Revenant shadow form. Map rotation times are now even between King's Canyon and World's Edge. Okay. Bug fixes. I don't really know about the fixing issue with being able to move at walk speed when down. Fixing issue with prowlers not killing Mirage decoys. Fixed an issue with the you got a treasure pack message. That's the big thing. So thank you for fixing that, because constantly having that loud noise at every time you got back to the lobby, it was worse than Pathfinder when you use the the tower thing where he plugs in and you could see the ring. So yeah, I'm glad they fixed that in this one. Crypto fixed an issue with Crypto's drone flying without input if the user started to sprint by using double tap to sprint option. Lifeline fixed an issue with Lifeline able to drop her care package on a quest artifact location, preventing users from picking up. Were there people actually trolling with that? Fixed an issue with Lifeline's drone getting stuck in the air after collision with an Octane jump pad. Huh. Fixed issues with Loba being able to get to out-of-bounds areas using Burglar's Best Friend. Fixed an issue with Loba's Burglar's Best Friend being blocked by invisible collision at the entrance of firing range. Fixed an issue with Loba's Black Market Boutique not showing the correct range. Loba's Black Market Boutique now shows correct ammo count for care package weapons. Fixed an issue with Loba's Tactical not functioning on certain surfaces. You should now be able to recreate the trailer moment. Loba's ult is now refunded if it gets caught between two doors. I mean, that's good. Not that it gets smooshed between two doors and you lose an ult. Fix an issue with Mirage Decoy not being able to ping correctly under certain conditions. Fix an issue with Mirage Decoy, blah, 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 blah. Fix an issue with Octane, deleting other Legends buildings. Deleting other Legends buildings? Wait, could you, like, throw it on a Loba's ult and it just destroyed it? Fix an issue with Octane's jump pads disappearing when other Legend Tactical interacts with it. Fix an issue with jump pads falling through the floor on supply ships. Fix an issue with Pathfinder's grapple not allowing running if a failed deploy occurred. Fix an audio issue with survey beacons being too loud. With survey beacons being too loud when used. Huh. So maybe they fixed both things that were super loud. Fix an issue with Revenant's death tone not being rendered from over 200 meters. Fix an issue with Revenant's audio first tactical cutting off halfway through its playback. Being able to heal after getting knocked going through a Wraith portal. Alright, so that's it. Now, the one thing I didn't see in here that I bet certain robot-loving players were disappointed in is no tweaks to Pathfinder's grapple. Not even a 5-second reduction to his cooldown. And I'm kind of surprised. Like, the uproar with his grapple is so big that I'm surprised they didn't just decide, hey, let's try reducing it by just 5 seconds and see what happens. Does it make him too strong again, or does it make him maybe in between? Maybe does it make him what we want him to be? Because yeah, the 35-second cooldown is ridiculous. Like, especially since you can you can accidentally grapple something, or 2, you go to grapple something and it doesn't work, but it counts as a grapple. So now you have to wait 35 seconds for your grapple. So I feel like a 5-second is a start for them to just test things out and see if his grapple would be too strong, or if it would be closer to be in the middle or closer to the middle of where they want to be. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I certainly can't wait to play this event and try out all the new changes, the buffs and the nerfs included. But yeah, love you guys. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, right? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yeah, English. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.